Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Conelanders, and this is the Conelanders League. Heat number 1 looks to be a heat made for me. These heats are organized by a program that the Holy Moose wrote. It just takes everybody that enters and randomly distributes them throughout the field. But I noticed that I have no Sharky and no Maestro in my heat, so might have a moment to take a breather here. Maybe cruise to an easy victory. I'm not going to complain about that. We've had some very hard-fought battles, but who knows? There is some other heavy hitters in the field that might come up and put up a challenge. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Heat number 1 is a weird heat. Very strange field. We got Gem Knight beside us, who had a very good performance in qualifying. I still have traction control on. Now I do not. This is one track, however, where traction control is basically a non-issue. So you don't come out of the turns as slow as you do in Monza. Here's the Calamity turn. Clean so far. Gem going a little wide. This is another Calamity turn as people run wide. I see one spinning.
Sorry, Gem.
So we made it to turn 5 this time?
I thought I was clear.
Yeah. No, we got the 4.
Good progress. Good progress.
Yeah.
Working
It's
on
an
it.
improvement.
So every season we go a turn before wrecking.
Next decade we'll be able to do the Nürburgring. So
For
this
the
will
record, we
actually,
only scrub paint a little bit.
this will probably be an easier heat for me. Just the way the grid shuffled out. I tried to mention this last week. I don't know if I did a great job of it. But Moose wrote a program that just takes everybody that enters and randomizes them out into heats, and I go with that. The only real sticking point to it is that me and Moose will not be in the same servers, because me and Moose are hosting the 2 servers. We are now doing 2 servers. Actually, this will probably be a good race to kind of brief everybody on how things are going, since I think we might have a little bit of a calm race. I do want to have a good time, though, because the fastest heat does get the pole position, so we might try for that. So, yeah, the last week we did the heats one after another. This week, I didn't intend to push it up to this week, and ended up being this week. We are doing the heats at the same time.
Let's say Cooper, track's over here.
Montreal, the Grand Prix
Doing better than before.
of Canada, decided to be at the same time as our races, and enough people wanted to watch that I decided to try it this week.
You know, I can't tell if you're missing every corner or we just drive this track completely differently.
What I can hope for is that in Sharky's heat,
I think I'm just missing turns.
he and Maestro get into a battle. That's what I need. Or Cervatus, or any of the other fast guys up there with him. Guntis. That's what I gotta hope for.
I've tried that every lap and it doesn't work.
I'm sure I will
keep waiting
hear
for
about
to
it from
actually
them,
make it work.
that I had the easy heat, but it's
I'm
luck of
being
the draw.
very conservative since I'm the one that doesn't know what I'm doing.
A little bit of a smaller field this week. We had quite a few not able to make it, and that will generally kind of be the format of the series. Nobody is forced or required to be here. I understand that life happens. We record the races on Sundays. Somebody might actually have a life and need to do something. One of those such people is the other part of Conelanders, and I've seen some discussion about this. Kurt has had a lot going on and hasn't been able to join us.
So why is everyone so serious today?
Why so serious? I'm up here just having a podcast now, so you guys have fun.
I sent Disc Golfer after you.
No, please don't. As I say,
So does that mean you're going to drop back for us? Jim?
no. What was I saying? I was saying something.
We have a chance for fun here.
Oh, I'm having fun.
I scratched my chin for a moment. All right, Kurt. The league is not for me and Kurt.
Combat drive to sort out.
The league is for the fans of
Rebel?
the group, or just the group in general. Like, over the years, a group of like-minded individuals have kind of assimilated, and it's a racing group just kind of born out of that little clique that had formed. It's not necessarily like a league for me and him to, just have our own fun in. It's just for everybody in the group. And if either one of us can't be here, that's just fine, and it exists on its own kind of terms. I realize everybody is excited to see him compete in this. Obviously, he's never competed in all 9 leagues like this ever before. And just a little casual drifting. So yeah, I understand everybody wanting to see it, but just be patient. People lead lives. People have a lot going on. He was actually practicing with us for this race and had something come up, so I know he is excited to run when he can. Okay, a little too much curve there. But overall, things are going fairly smoothly. I mean, it's all still a testing process. We're developing not only like the rules and...
There's a curb there. Don't hit it.
Oh. We're not only developing rules and, like a format, we're also developing now software and websites and stuff like that to support it. We know it's not perfect now, so the worst thing we can do is take it too seriously and really worry ourselves about it.
Oh no.
It's all just for fun. Obviously, some people I think were new to the competitive racing environment and maybe let the competitiveness get inside of their head a little bit, and that does happen. It is very easy to have happen. I see it in the iRacing circles all the time, where I think people have started to take that so seriously that
My bad.
it's just hard to race people. That's not what we want to have here.
Does that not give you enough space?
No, you left me enough room. It's just I put my nose where it shouldn't have been.
He was looking for love in all the wrong places.
Come back, X15.
No.
Why
I'll make sure I hit him too. You
There.
can finish your battle.
Thank you, sir.
You get up there and slow him down.
I'm taking care of that quite well on my own, thank you.
Shadow's paint did not want to work today. We'll have to figure that out for next week. But I think that's the only major server-side issue we've had today so far. So that makes me happy. Once I can worry less about setting up the servers and such,
And I thought I was
this is going to get a lot easier and a lot more fun. else can we talk about? Let's talk about, it's going to be a week late, but how about the Canadian Grand Prix? We were all kind of just chatting and on the Discord channel, and we have such a diverse group here. Some people from the UK, and then just people all around the world.
Oh, Jem just set the fastest lap.
I think he did. I think it was his personal best. I don't know. I didn't see it.
That's that point in the run.
Whoop. I might just have to click off a faster lap to make sure.
You go fast.
Point where I go fast. I get like halfway through my fuel, and then it just my times drop off a bit.
Yeah, I've noticed that with this car too.
Interestingly, I prefer it with full fuel. Which is good news for you.
Somehow I just set my fastest lap while going onto the front straight after spinning.
Nice work.
Ooh, lost the rear end right there.
More spinning, please.
That was a big moment.
I
33.
bet you
Actually,
Rebel looking for the spin cycle button.
tire pressures are a little high. I should have paid attention to the weather a little bit more. That really hurt my run down the whole front stretch here. That F1 talk might just have to wait for another time.
Thank you, Shadow.
Really what I was trying to say is we just have such a diverse group of people that a lot of people just pull for many different drivers and have very different perspectives on like different drivers' personalities. And that's something that's always been prevalent in F1. It's like people get very defensive of their nation's driver. And it almost makes it a little bit less fun. Like it just seems like people can't just sit back and enjoy the race. Because for the most part, I just sat back and enjoyed that race. It was actually pretty interesting, watching the strategy unfold and such, thinking that Vettel had lost the race, and then it looked like maybe he actually had the right strategy, but he pushed really hard in that race. That is a driver who is overdriving his car. Like, I think he's driving faster than that car is at right now. 119. That's not very good at all. We must fix this, because Jen is actually closing in. The podcast is over. Oh, he made a mistake or something. Why I keep making the mistake is shifting to fourth. I think I'm just not focusing enough on hitting lines and just listening to the engine note. This car has a really slow, top end, so you're in that red line for a long time. Confuses my ears sometimes.
Do the weave.
It's a good lap, though. Just a bit slow back to the gas there. Pretty good conservative line. 18.1. Would like to put in a 17 in this race.
Everyone's times just disappeared.
It happens. A lot of time to be made up right here. If you can clip just the right amount of grass there, it's very good for you. That was a bit too much. I think the points that I need to make up time on, say, Sharky is possibly through here in Stowe, but I think more so than anything through this final chicane. He is very strong through here. And I've not really been able to pick up on how. He swings very far to the left there. Anytime I try to swing it that far to the left, it loses grip.
No.
That was very poetic sounding. Where is he? Mach 1 is in 7th, Mag in 8th. I should be watching the track. It's like Rotorex currently in the bubble spot. Oh yeah.
Anyone else's tires blistering?
Jump is just outside.
Nope. What kind of
been
weird
drifting.
setup do you have?
Mine are.
Mine are starting to. Just my left front right now.
I would say in the future it'll be an actual question.
Yeah.
Question being whether or not you'll take tires on your pit stop or not. Ooh, ran real wide there. Distracted by what Shadow was doing.
Maybe for those of y'all that haven't done at least 20 laps in a row.
I ran 40 in
One's to my
practice
left.
the other day.
I just couldn't get to you, Code.
Yeah, I had to buckle down there for a little while because I noticed that gap was closing in. But
Dang it,
clean
now I'm going to
race,
get more
everybody.
ballast.
Rotorex here in 9th. Rebel Cowboy just outside the bubble. Very good battle up ahead of him.
Good race,
Coming
too.
to the line. It's going to be Nihon, then
I'm just glad our
Man,
gap
man,
didn't change really
Mark-
good.
Wow, that was great,
Rotorex.
guys. That was,
Yeah.
I was watching Fire and Magnet just drag racing down front stretch, bouncing off each other like it's Darlington.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was great.
Alrighty, so that's a wrap on Heat Race number 1. Kind of went as expected. I didn't think there was going to be too much of a battle up front. Still some impressive runs there by Gem Knight and Disc Golfer. There was a nice battle going on for the cutoff spot, so you might want to check out people like Jump, Neon, Mach, Rotorex, and that crew, because they were having quite a battle to try and make it into the future race. And that was a large part of the fun of the whole format of the heats and features. But this week we will also have a heat, a feature, and a second feature, so the people that don't make the main feature have something to do while we're doing the main feature. For future seasons, we'll probably move that into a points-paying race as well, but for this season, it will be just for fun, so check out those races as well. But that does it for the heat race. Stay tuned for the feature race tomorrow.